This is Zion before the big time. But I already knew exactly what I was seeing. You know why? I was there.
I've been interested for a while now in the increased exposure of teenage athletes on the internet and social media. This one person kept recurring in the videos I was finding of young basketball stars, and it was Larry. Overtime Larry.
What's up, guys? It's Larry. We started noticing that people didn't just want to consume sports highlights, but they also wanted to see the funny kind of like video meme.
Y'all want to know about the next group of athletes who are going to dominate the A? Well, you came to the right place because we cover these dudes 24/7 and know whose game is popping.
Overtime is a startup in Brooklyn that aims to become the predominant sports network, the ESPN for Generation Z. It began with a premise. The younger demographic, kids who've grown up not just online but with iPhones, may never develop the patience to watch whole games as their parents have. So it focuses instead on identifying young future stars who have the personality and flair to resonate on social media.
He has 1 million followers. Nobody.
The way we select these athletes are a combination of how good they are, their personality, their social media presence. Like, we want to create stars. A lot of these athletes might not be 5-star athletes, but they might have a 5-star personality, which is amazing.
Lawrence Marsach, aka Larry, is the company's main on-camera personality. I think of him as a future star whisperer. He's almost a combination of a conventional commentator and a game show host.
Dream girl.
Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
What musician do you secretly listen to?
Baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo doo.
One top player started posting the overtime videos on Instagram. The next athlete started doing it, and it's just like, it created kind of like a FOMO. When they saw me, they're like, oh man, overtime's in the building, we might have a chance to go viral.
A lot of his appeal comes from the fact that Larry is so clearly delighted to be in the presence of these players too. As a fan, you're watching great athletes because a part of you wishes you could be like them and even be their friend.
How is the other sliding into a girl's DM? With what emoji?
What Larry does a really good job of is persuading you that your wish could come true. He had a job selling shoes, and then all of a sudden one thing led to another, and he's making friends with Dwayne Wade's son.
OT.
Oh, it's really good. We out here, you know the vibe.
My boy Larry. Me as a young Latino kid and from New York City, hunting, grinding, like, they never told us that we can become a face of a brand, you know? That's what I would have done if I would have met like Derek Jeter or Will Smith. I used to just watch ESPN. I used to go to sleep to it, wake up to it. That's what I consumed. Now I usually just consume sports via my phone.
ESPN, of course, popularized the idea of a highlights show with its nightly sports center. But you still had to wait until, say, 11 p.m., and the hosts were delivering them to you from behind a desk wearing suits. Overtime is much more informal. Their on-camera personalities are definitely not wearing suits. They're often smiling, sometimes they're dancing. And the highlights are no longer time-bounded.
I think authenticity is the most important thing. I don't think this next generation is latching on to anything that they don't feel they can be really like a part of.
Sir, my man, my guy.
The idea of a national stage defined by cable networks and beginning only at the end of high school is somewhat anachronistic in an era when teens have social media followings that are in some cases larger than the live audiences for the games themselves.
Yeah, it's crazy. These guys are walking into the gyms and they really have a huge fan base already.
There's something appealing about reminding us of the basic humanity of these guys and not emphasizing this gulf between viewers and the demigods who are dominating these games.
What y'all playing?
Sometimes Overtime's videos feature kids who are only in middle school, and you start to worry about professionalizing childhood in a way that for a long time I think the culture tried not to do. But it's hard to figure out where to draw the line. If Zion Williamson is going to be jumping as high as he's jumping, and blocking and dunking as well as he's blocking and dunking, even if he's doing it in South Carolina at a high school game that only 342 people are watching live, there are potentially millions of people who still want to see it happen on the internet.
Hey, Sean, overtime, man.
There's a sense in which having this exposure mediated through an institution that is broadly sensitive to the interests and needs of teen athletes is probably better than just flying blind in the wild.
they're definitely going to be in for a rude awakening as they become pros, because not everybody is as happy or wants to shed you in a positive light as overtime does.
But I think this development may complicate the relationship between traditional news outlets and pro athletes in the years to come, if the stars have grown used to essentially collaborating with companies like Overtime from an early age and building a loyal audience along the way.